Hey everyone, Fatty from Pack a Punch Traders here. Just going to do a quick video lesson going over my trades on the day and insane other plays that there were that I did not trade, didn't even touch them. I still ended up green on the day, finished the month green. We'll go over it all and the top plays as well for tomorrow, February 1st. So, one trade I'll get into here, which was a loss. Stupid trade on my part. Just totally anticipating a move, thinking okay, we got this fade and we got this massive buying coming through. So when it started breaking through 290, I smacked it, and then that was it. It just no volume came through. Couldn't even break the high. Topped out at 293, so I was anticipating it. So that was a emotional trade. Some FOMO there, and same thing with what do you call it? Let me show you the daily chart here with BZFD. So still looking for that multi-day bounce. Going to be a top watch for tomorrow. But thought I was seeing something, and it was just emotions. So that was a loss, about $85. Not too bad. 290 to 272, I believe. Not fantastic, but small size. And then there was also a loss on FOXO here. This one also emotional, just pure FOMO. Here we are with a potential breakout. I was buying it below. I was trying to learn from yesterday with GNS where the open price led to a breakout, like a quick move. It wasn't a long lasting move. Let's take a look at that real quick. Right here, you got that open price review upper claim. I didn't like it too much because the overhead resistance and the volume resistance that it had, but just trying to learn from it and some FOMO. I definitely forced this trade, perked up, not on intense volume, just wasn't fantastic, and was up nearly 10% and ended up just getting shut down. So got topped out right at the breakout level. So we'll see if this is a play for later on, as it isn't totally breaking down. It's within reach of the mid ones to break that, but this morning it was a no go. So that was a trade from 133 or 132 to 122. Not great either, and I put a little bit of size on this, so definitely had some FOMO. Really looking for a bigger trade to make up for my loss beforehand, and then make some more. Um, but I did get that opportunity, and it was with a trade right out of the watch list that set up beautifully. Um, Here we are, about an hour and a half after the market opens. I see this popping up as I'm going through other plays to filter through what's moving, what's not. I didn't like MGM in the morning. Is that the big mover? No. MSGM. So I was not a huge fan of this one. Was already up a lot, too much for my liking. I decided to just ignore it, and it had a fantastic open price view upper claim, just through the roof. And it happens, but more times than not, my rules keep me safe, and I will follow them as best as I can. At times, I do get as emotional as we saw today, but what are you gonna do? So I completely ignored MSGM, and I didn't really see plenty other plays really shaping up. So I looked at AKAN, saw that it was working out, and attacked it. It's set up beautifully. A simple multi-day bounce. Here we are. Everything I talk about, especially on that recent video lesson going over GROM and how to approach the multi-day bounce. This was just fantastic. So went in with some decent size here, 4,000 shares, about 28 and a half, as it was making a higher low here after this double bottom, holding VU up, holding red green, right around open price as well. So it was really close to the high day, so that's why I only went with half my size. I didn't want to overdo it and then get another loss over 3 at that point. It would be horrible, as well as it would be the same lesson with BZFD, where I just tried to anticipate a move and just smacked some right away. So even though that one was on small size, still not the smartest move. But this one here was holding up a little differently. Took some time to get up here and show some strength. Consolidated for a few minutes, and when we got that high break, I smacked that trigger, and from there it was just upwards. So it was a really nice play from 0.291, I believe. I'll have to double check, all the way to 352. So that was a really nice play that I was able to get and left some on the table, but was grateful to make back my losses and some. I did go a bit heavy on the size, 8,000 shares. Probably the most I've gone this whole year, really. Let me take a look here. So we got, oh no, my previous one had more, 2,600. Okay. So yeah, that FOXO trade was not great. That was a big loser for me, but made a good trade here on AKAN. If I was patient and really just followed my rules and ignored trades where I felt like I was being emotional, even if they could run. If I'm not feeling it, I usually put myself on the sideline. I'm not trying to ruin my account over some emotions. Another trade will come around. So it could have been a fantastic day, but ended up being not too bad, just a little over $200. I'll take it to end the month. Um, so yeah, that wasn't too bad of a month. We had a lot of action. I gotta go through all of this, but 3,300 bucks, 20 for 31, not too bad at all. A few red days kept them very small, so very good trading, I would say overall. Left a lot of money on the table as well. Haven't been sizing up majority of this month as well. So with all of the flaws I have had with my trading, I overall pretty good still. Really, the main takeaway just from looking at this real quick, my losses are very tight, as we saw with these 3 red days compared to all the other days. So that's all you can really do. Just take the quick singles. Some of them I have been letting run. I've had a bit more 20, 30% gains this month, probably more than last year. But yeah, so I'll have to go through all my data some more. But yeah, so great month. Didn't finish on the note I wanted, but still grateful for this move. Simple multi-day bounce. There's so many movers. All you need is a small little angle. There's no need to get all crazy about these kinds of plays. You're likely not going to hold the whole entire thing, if we're being honest. So just anything that offers that 15, 20%, lock in your quick gains. At least that's how I trade. Of course, there are going to be people that have the guts and hold for a good portion of some of these moves, but I like to play it safe, stick to what I know, and the multi-day bounce is a fantastic pattern, and it paid off today, even with all the other crazy moves that were in the market. SOBR was another one. Just a bunch of squeeze today. Here's another one, or that's the daily for SOBR. There's MGM. This is an insane push that continued after hours as well. You can miss all of these. All you need is a multi-day bounce. So worked out nicely, but of course I'm just joking around. You don't want to miss all these plays. Good lessons. I did miss them all, but good lessons on how to approach a higher a play that's up so much on the day and whatnot. So it is what it is. We'll just continue on. We're not going to be perfect all the time, and that's one thing to keep in mind, especially when early in your career. You want to nail everything, have every trade be perfect, and just increase the account and make a bunch of money in a few short years. This is a marathon, not a sprint, and it's taken me a long time just to really understand the market, how everything moves, and the patterns are pretty easy. It's really just mastering yourself, your patience, and how the market moves. So, and recognizing some triggers. So, simple but difficult to execute. you're gonna get caught sometimes. You're gonna make mistakes. So just stay level-headed and keep moving on. So with that, we'll get into the top plays for tomorrow. We got SOBR. Oh, right there on the screen. Wasn't paying attention. Alrighty. So here, lower float and market cap with a decent first green day over this breakout over the 140s. So what I'm looking for is the possible continuation of this breakout. If it fails to break down, it does have history of some solid action. So it is going to be on people's radar, already squeezing a bit. If it fails to break down, as you can see here, already closing nicely near the highs. We'll just look for shorts failing to break this down. Reclaim of red to green or previous high day. I prefer to play the previous high day. Just wait for that confirmation. It'll be right around whole dollar, half dollar area. And from there, I'll be looking for a quick 10 to 20%. I'm usually quick with the previous high day breaks. Those have been my weakest patterns. I really like the open price and VWAP, excuse me, reclaim, as well as a multi-day bounce. Those are my bread and butter plays. Combining the open price and VWAP reclaim with a breakout as well. But previous high day breaks, I've had iffy results. So I do like the setup because the psychology of it makes sense to me. So that's why I keep them on watch. But I have had hit and miss experiences, but still worth watching. If this fails to break down, shorts can get squeezed. GMVD, recent runner, all pre-market here, just took off. Didn't quite reach 150%, which is what I look for on the front side to qualify a multi-day bounce after the backside kicks in. But this got to about 135%. It works sometimes when it gets pretty close to it. It has a lot of eyes on it, had a lot of volume. So I'll put this on watch for a multi-day bounce. I had some decent examples recently. The past week, OTRK, GROM, today AKAN. What else was there? I don't know, but those were three good examples. Pretty good examples. So review those. I made a bigger lesson over the weekend, so check that out as well. But multi-day bounces. Once shorts can't push it lower, momentum starts shifting. You'll get that first bounce, which is usually the strongest, and it's not always a long-lasting all-day play. It's usually just once the fuel is gone, once those shorts lock in their profits and dip buyers come in chasing it and whatnot, fuel is gone and it usually comes right back, as we saw with AKAN. But yeah, so GMVD, multi-day bounce, same thing with BZFD. Hopefully we get to make back losses on this. It'll be nice to see. Strong push lower, but volume, if we take a look, is not increasing. It is slowly fading. So there's a push lower with lower selling pressure, making me think momentum could be shifting soon. Doesn't mean it has to, but a decent indicator to go off of. Then we got last one, PALI. Another previous high at daybreak. Whole dollar, half dollar area, low float, low market cap, farmer runner. If it fails to break down, it is within reach of that mid threes previous high day. Or if we're looking at it from tomorrow, which is today's high, the 355 level. So if it confirms that area, could offer a nice squeeze to test low fours. Just take that quick snipe into a whole dollar, half dollar area. And that is it. A lot of plays going on, but a lot of them just absolutely took off. I don't really have many previous high day breaks like PALI and SOBR. So we'll be waiting for those huge movers like MGM and MSGM to cool off, hit the backside, and we'll hit those with multi-day bounces if they set up nicely. So I know this has got a bit longer than expected, the video lesson. I rambled a bit. So we'll just wrap it up there. Hope everyone had a great day, great month. Review your data. review your lessons, just takeaways from the month so you can improve heading into February. And that's all you can do. Improve every single day. We'll catch you all later.